Okay, we're going to look through our notes quickly today about surface area of prisms and cylinders. The lateral faces, what we're talking about when we talk about the lateral faces, are the faces of prisms and cylinders not including the bases. Okay, so we're talking about the area, the surface area of everything but the two bases. Prisms and cylinders are similar that they have two bases, and they're three-dimensional. The lateral area, we're talking about the area of the surface not including the two bases. So here we have the formulas for lateral area. Capital P is perimeter of the base. Here are the formula for the surface area. Basically, it's just lateral area plus the area of the two bases. The surface area is the complete area of all of the surface. The lateral area is just the lateral faces. So let's look at this example. We've got to find the lateral and surface area of the prism. So the perimeter of the base, and for this problem we'll look at this as the base. So these are my two bases. So the perimeter of the base would be 8 plus 12 plus another 8 over here and another 12. When you add those up, you get 40. The height is the distance between the two bases, which in this case is 6. Capital B is the area of the base, which if it's a rectangle, I multiply the length times the width. 8 times 12 is 96. We're talking meters. Area is going to be square meters. So now, for lateral area, remember the formula was perimeter times the height. Well, the perimeter we found was 40. The height was 6. 40 times 6 is 240. We're talking square meters because we're talking area. That's my lateral area. My surface area is my lateral area, so 240 plus 2 times the area of the base. Well, the area of the base we found already was 96. So we put that 96 here. Multiply that out, and you should have your answer. 240 plus 2 times 96 is 192. Add those together, and the surface area is 432 square meters. Okay, and that's how you find the surface area. Here's another example. Let's go ahead and call these the bases, the two triangles, the base. The perimeter of the base is 8 plus 10 plus 6. We know that's 6 because of the 6 on that triangle. So when I add that up, I get 24. We're talking inches. The height, the distance between the two bases, is 5 inches. And the area of the base, area of a triangle, is going to be 1/2 the base of the triangle, which would be 6 times 8. We get 24 square inches when we do that. So, just because it's a triangular prism as opposed to a rectangular prism doesn't mean our formula changes. The lateral area still is perimeter of the base, which we found to be 24, times the height, which was 5. Multiply that out, and the lateral area is 120 square inches. Now, surface area is lateral area, so 120, plus 2 times the area of the base. We found the area of the base to be 24, so that's 120 plus 2 times 24, which is 48, and we end up with the surface area of 168 square inches. That's how we calculate the surface area. Okay, the next thing, surface area of a cylinder. Here is our formula. We're going to do this one example. We just plug in our information there, and notice it's very similar to it. In fact, 2 pi r is the circumference, which we don't have perimeter in a circle. We have circumference. So it's really just the circumference times the height. So we have the radius is 8, the height is 12. Let's find the lateral area. The lateral area is 2 times pi times the height, or times the radius, 8 times the height. When I multiply all of that together, I end up with 603 2/10 square inches. We're talking about area, so it's square inches. Now if I'm doing surface area, I take 603.2 and I add it, that's the lateral area, 603.2, to 2 times the area of the base. Well, the formula for area of a circle is pi r squared. So we're going to say pi times 8 squared, which is 64 pi. So 2 times 64 pi. When I plug all that in my calculator, it will give me an answer of, which is the surface area, 1,005 4/10 square inches. Okay, it's really just a matter of plugging it in to the formula. You'd use this formula if you couldn't remember the area formula for a circle. Okay. Okay, looking at volume, when we see this capital B, just a reminder that we're talking about the area of the base. So here we have the formula. I think it's a little easier than even surface area and lateral area. If we're looking at a prism, which this doesn't have any numbers, but I'll add them. We'll make this 7, this 4, and this 6. Okay. So the volume is the area of the base, which we'll say that this is the base, which the area of the base is 7 times 4, which is 28 square units. The height is 6. So the volume is going to be the area of the base, 28, times the height, which is 6. When I multiply that, I end up with 168 cubic centimeters. All right, looking at this triangular prism. Oops, sorry about that. Looking at this here, no numbers here as well. I'll give you 20 there. We'll say that it has a side of 4 and it has a height of 6. So we have to find the area of the base, the triangle. We end up with a triangle that has a base of 4 and a height of 6. That would be 1/2 base times height, which ends up being 12. So the area of my base is 12. The height is 20, distance between the two bases. So the area of my volume is equal to the area of my base, 12 times the height, 20. Multiply that out and I end up with 240 cubic units. Volume will be cubic. Okay, and the last one, we've got a cylinder. The radius of this cylinder is 3. The height of this cylinder is 8. My volume formula says the area of my base, which my base is a circle, so we're going to use pi r squared formula. Pi times the radius squared. So that is 9 pi, that's the area of my base, times the height, which is 8. 72 pi. When I round that to the nearest tenth, I end up with 226.2 cubic centimeters.